Who will decide? Who will decide whether the health minister? Who will decide? Who will decide whether the health minister is responsible? Who is setting up the probe committee?
Doctors were fixed after the
definitely a team has been appointed by the central government. The team comprises of 5 very eminent people. The team has been also appointed by the state government. They will look into this whole issue, and thereafter they would conclude. They would conclude as to who were the ones who were responsible for it. But by and large, also knowing of the fact that 4 people have already been suspended. The CMO of Bilaspur has been suspended. The block medical officer has been suspended. The doctor, Mr. Gupta, has been suspended. And FIRs have been filed against them. FIRs have been registered against them.
Ranjana Kumari wants to make a point. Yes, Ranjana.
Tina, I just want to establish the link. The target is set by the health ministry. The hospital which conducts the procedure is from the health ministry. That is under the health ministry state. The doctor who performed the surgery is a doctor from the government hospital. The medicine was supplied by the system that is run by the state. So who is responsible ultimately? Isn't it the health minister under which the whole health department functions?
And if the program, not just that, let's add that.
Country believe, Mr. Patra,
yes,
can I answer?
Yes, and let's add Dr. Patra, who would have taken the credit had this been a successful camp.
Do you think he will allow that? And do you think people will believe in this country that kind of inquiry where, okay, let him step down, let him, every time you all have demanded that, people who are responsible for such incidents and such horrific incidents
let me come in over
step
here.
down for an impartial inquiry. So why is he not being asked to resign? We don't understand that. If you are so much condemning the whole thing, you are so much worried, then why don't you all advise your
Sambit, why can't we have a judicial inquiry into it?
Why isn't there a judicial inquiry into the matter? Ask Shobha Oza.
Remind you of the fact that the health minister himself has stated that the laid down procedures were flaunted somewhere. I mean, the laid down procedures were not
right under his nose, right under his watch.
So what was the health
and not the first time.
The one
under his watch, not the first time.
Who broke the procedure?
Under his watch, not the first time.
Become clear. And I believe more than politicizing the issue, we still have to agree that today is a day when all of us should come to a common pedestal, and we should surely fight for justice of this woman. We cannot simply try to politicize the issue. If the health minister is wrong, he should go. If he has earned, he should go. I'm not trying to protect the health minister also.
Removed in the previous
Shambit Patra, nobody is questioning the health minister because he is a BJP health minister. He is being questioned because medical disasters are happening repeatedly under his watch. It has nothing to do with which party. We are questioning you today. Why isn't your health minister stepping down on moral grounds? And we are not asking you this because he's a BJP health minister. We are asking you because of all these incidents that have happened under his watch. You're talking about investigation. You're telling us to wait. One second. You're telling us to wait for the report. Next time another disaster happens under his watch, are you going to then give us the report that is going to tell us the details of this disaster?
I agree with the kind of discontent that I'm seeing amongst the people about this whole issue. This whole issue is a very dastardly act as to how the most sacrosanct job of surgery may have been blotched up, and really the people who are responsible for it are the people who should be severely and in the most strictest manner punished.
Correct.
Some action has been taken.
Why has the Chief Minister tried to play down the entire issue? Why is he batting for the Health Minister? Why is the Health Minister saying it's not such a big deal? Why isn't there a judicial inquiry into what has happened? Because there is loss of lives.
Even the responsibility may go to the Health Minister, but then this has to be established by the investigating committee going from Delhi. So let the investigating committee say that the vicarious responsibility should lie with the Health Minister, would lie with the Health Minister, then no one is going to protect him. We are going to come to television and say that, well, yes, he should go.
No, here's the truth. Here's the truth.
The main point is that
we're going to wind up. We're going to wind up on this note, Dr. Patra. When you talk about that, there will be nobody will be spared and everybody will be docked. The additional Secretary Health has now been moved to Food and Khadya Sansadhan, and he's got an additional charge. And there's just been a swap. He's just been transferred. There has been no suspension. There has been no action taken against the additional secretary. So now who's doing the cover-up job? Medicines are being burnt. We catch it on camera. You say, oh, it's just a small lot. Now what about the additional secretary? What has happened to him? If there was action to be taken, transfer is not the answer. Today he's goofed up on health. Tomorrow he will go and goof up on food and agriculture. That's what Chhattisgarh has to bear with. Why? Because of proximity to certain people in the people in power.
Have already been done. So immediately after the report is submitted, due action would be taken, and no one is going to come in the way of the law.
No, this action is a farce, right? Isn't this action a farce? Isn't what's happened with the additional Secretary Health, isn't that a farce?
Ghastly incidents, this is another eyewash which the state government is administrating.
Shambhik Patra, the bottom line is lip service is not going to pacify anyone.
Terminated from their
lip service is not going to pacify anyone. Lives are being lost.
If anyone has
lives are being lost and no one is taking moral responsibility for it. We are going to go to Dr. Bagai for closing comments on this. Dr. Bagai, you wanted to make a point. Shobha Oza, please allow the doctor to make his point.
Would all this happen?
Dr. Bagai.
I would just make two comments as an ending statement as far as I'm concerned. One is Medical Council of India, which is the highest body amongst the medical professionals, can take suo motu action and initiate an independent inquiry.
So they haven't woken up yet.
I think whenever in a large... Sorry?
They haven't woken up yet. It happened on Saturday. We are sitting on Wednesday. There's been no word from the MCI yet. Yeah, your next point.
This is just my personal comment. I'm not in Medical Council of India, but this
I agree, sir. But I'm just highlighting that they've been quiet. And the second point I would like to make is, whenever in a very large country like India, when we do mass screening camps or mass treatment protocols in terms of either cataract surgeries or tubectomies or male or female sterilizations, as the case may be, I think documentation and adherence of protocols, and even if I say this 10 times over, it will fall short, because no medical professional should cut corners in terms of doing procedures. There are guidelines. We have to adhere to it. There is no way that we should differ or deviate from it, because we are dealing with human lives. I think the most important thing is, as a doctor, you have to be sensitive to the pain, you have to be empathetic and compassionate towards another human being. Yes.
And to lose a human life in a simple daycare procedure sometimes in today's world just becomes non-acceptable.
True.
That's right.
And Dr. Patra, when you say you agree with Dr. Bagai, also agree that when it is a state government program, the onus is on the state government that nobody cuts corners, because it's happening right under their nose, under their watch. So if something goes wrong, both have to be held responsible. Thank you for joining us on the debate tonight.
No, definitely at the end of the day, the answer has to come from the from the health minister.
Yes.
And I believe once the investigations are complete, the health minister will have to face the public, and
we'll continue to ask the questions. Let's see if we get the right answer, sir. We've got to wind up.
Well, thank you for joining us, Dr. Patra, and a big thank you to all our other guests on the panel tonight.